All right, boys, welcome back. Episode 19 of the Monday Morning Quarterbacks podcast. It is officially the end of the season. The Chiefs have been crowned. We are joined by 2 out of the 5 boys. We got Hefe, Josh, and myself. So technically 3 out of the 5 boys. P's on a bender now. Connor's nowhere to be found. But man, what was that? The second overtime Super Bowl of all time? Want to say?
No one knew the rule.
Rigged.
Rigged. It seems like everyone's kind of pissed about it. I mean, Mahomes is inevitable. He's Thanos, bro. He's collecting his Infinity Stones. He's got 3 of them things, 3 Super Bowl MVPs, 2 MVPs, 3 All-Pros, 6 AFC Championship appearances, 4 Super Bowl appearances. Like,
It sucks.
he's inevitable.
It's the
It
worst.
sucks.
It's the
It's
worst thing
another
for the
dynasty.
NFL. It's
Yeah.
the worst thing for the NFL.
It's officially a dynasty.
It's stupid. It sucks.
He didn't even do anything to win that MVP. MVP should have gone to Butker.
His stat line was good, though. It was 34 for 46, 333, 2 touchdowns and a pick. I mean, and also the game-winning touchdown. And he also had 66 rushing.
Pedestrian.
Led the team, almost led the game in rushing, but led the team in
Jawan
rushing.
Jennings should have been the MVP.
It should have been Butker.
Jawan Jennings.
Jawan Jennings threw a touchdown, caught a touchdown.
He touched the ball 5 times. It's hard to give that guy MVP.
Well, every time he touched the balls, it turned into
It
points.
was good. Yeah, he's sneaky. He's sneaky, kind of underrated. He's not bad. I mean, he's 26. He's been in the league a while, but he had a good game against the Packers too. In that playoff game, I think he had 1 catch against the Lions. Didn't do much, but man, did the Niners just disappear in the third quarter? Especially just refusing to give CMC the ball. Like, how do you not give your best player the ball in the biggest game of the year in the third quarter? I think he had 1 touch in the third quarter.
Well, that's kind of like, I feel like what happened in the Lions-Niners game is like the Niners were killing the Chiefs on the run the whole first half, right? And that's how the Lions were beating the Niners. And then it comes in the second half. It's like, oh, we want to change up game plan. And then it just screws them.
Kyle Shanahan is the biggest choker in the Super Bowl of all time. And I don't even think it's arguable at this point. I mean, you could argue the Bills that lost 4 in a row. But if you think about it, he was on the 28-3 Falcons-Patriots. He was on the Falcons coaching staff then. And now he's lost 2 with the Niners. Both where he led both games at halftime.
How do you not defer in overtime? That's insane to me.
So I do get why he defended it a little bit, but yeah, you definitely should defer there, but the 2 reasons that kind of make sense on the other side of that is his defense also just had an insanely long drive against him. Give him a little break, even though they have that break between quarters. And also, if the Niners go down and score a touchdown and the Chiefs answer with a touchdown, the Niners get the ball, field goal wins it.
But
The
go
Chiefs
for
said
2.
they would go for 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the Niners didn't
They
take
would
that into account.
If you, with the new overtime rules, if you get the ball second, I feel like, and the first team scores a touchdown, I feel like you almost have to go for 2. Because
Agreed.
you lose on field goal. Like, you have to go for 2 with that.
I agree.
Well, that's like, I guess the college rules is like the person who wins the toss never takes the ball first.
Right.
And then, I don't know if you guys saw the clip. Like, I saw it on TikTok. And then, like, after the coin toss, Pat Mahomes is, like, running back to the sideline saying, they want the ball. They want the ball. I guess they want the ball. And then Kelsey's like, we want them to want the ball. And then Juszczyk says to, like, Shanahan, he's like, I didn't know that they had a chance to score or something. Or they can score a touchdown or something like that. But
There was Niners players on both sides of the ball, offense and defense, that didn't even know the playoff rules. And the Chiefs, week 1 of their playoff, like their first playoff game this year, were in team meetings talking about the strategy of the new playoff format, what they do in every situation, and they were going over that every week. And it's like, how are you in that spot and you don't even, it's not even mentioned once in 4 weeks of playoff games. You don't even know how it works in OT. It's just terrible coaching. And once again, Andy Reid, the Walrus, and Patrick Mahomes, Thanos/Kermit, right off into the sunset for their third. And Kelsey's coming back and Reed's coming back.
Disgusting. I hate it.
I hate it. But it doesn't matter because Chargers are going to win the AFC West next year. And goes.
Boy.
I actually like that. Do you guys want to talk any more about Super Bowl? I mean, there's not too much
hate
more to
the
talk
Super
about. I feel like the season kind of ended. The season's over. We can move on to the next. Talk a little predictions for next year, how we feel. What do we think? Anything else y'all want to add as far as the Super Bowl went?
The conspiracy of how 2020 is going eerily similar to 2024.
Saw that.
Have you guys seen that stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
All the similarities.
Yeah, no, the Chiefs won the Super Bowl. I'm hearing talks of another of bird flu killing someone in Cambodia. But anyway, yeah, nothing more about the Super Bowl.
If it means I get to work from home for the next 2 years, I mean, I don't want people to die, but like, I might be down for another pandemic, boys. I'm trying to game. What do you think of the new setup, boys? You like this? I got a new little area.
You need a rug.
I got one like underneath me, but maybe I move it to like over there.
Shag rug.
In that space. Yeah, might be the move. Predictions for next year, boys. I know you were hyping up your Chargers a little bit. Hefe, you guys want to do? Should we just do predictions for all the awards next year, like MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Comeback Player of the Year? We could do a Super Bowl prediction. We could just do like a Super Bowl matchup and then who you think's gonna win. Early.
Yeah.
Chargers, Packers.
You guys want to start with MVP next year? I feel like that's a fun one to start with.
Herb.
Yep. We can't pick the same MVP either, right?
We could make that a rule. I love Herbert though too. I've been on the Herbert train as well. I was on the Herbert train this year, and we caught it 1 year early.
I don't know, last 3 years. I mean, he has great seasons, but then just like receivers get hurt, they never have the record. Like
Coaching's always an issue.
Yeah, but Harbaugh.
Can they be on Hard Knocks? No, they can't because they just changed coaches, right?
I don't know.
I think if you change coaches or if you make the playoffs, you don't have to be on it. But if you don't make the playoffs and you don't,
It's
change
a
coaches
winning
for
record. Is what it is, I believe.
Yeah.
You have to have a losing record, and you have to have like at least a coach that's been there a year to qualify for Hard Knocks. Like that's the criteria.
Next year, it doesn't matter because they're going to the Super Bowl this year. So
I like Herbert too. You got one, Josh? I got one. I got a few I can cook up here. There's a few like. So the odds are out, and Herbert's 12-1 for MVP next year. And you know who else is also 12-1?
Burrow?
Jordan Love.
That's who I was gonna say. I was gonna try to not be super biased, but I love Jordan Love for MVP next year. Ooh, you know who could be a dark horse other than Stroud is Anthony Richardson could be a monster next year too.
You're funny. Okay, Connor. How did Connor sneak his way back on the pod?
I love Anthony Richardson. I think he could be a monster.
I got two lawn shot ones that are just fun. Throw a little money on these. One of them's a lot more realistic. I'll start with the more realistic one. That'll be my MVP prediction. That I'll go with Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray MVP.
Yeah. You heard me, boys. Did I stutter?
That is wild. That is a wild
Kyler
one.
Murray MVP. And then you want to hear the other one? The other one's a lot more wild. But
More wild than Anthony Richardson?
What are you going to say, Sam Darnold?
well, Anthony Richardson has MVP upside just because of the pure running. Like Lamar's won MVP twice, and that guy's a bum. Can't even throw a football.
He's basically Cam Newton.
Daniel Jones is the other one.
What?
Bounce
high
back
on
Danny Dimes. Bounce back Danny Dimes. They paid him for a reason.
For
He's destroying
MVP?
teams.
He's more prime. He's definitely prime. He's probably gonna be my pick for comeback player of the year. But yeah, super long shot MVP.
Burrow or Rodgers should have comeback locked down, right?
Mm.
I don't know, man. It's so hard. There's so many injuries every year, and it's like some guys just refuse to stay healthy, and I feel like Burrow's one of those guys.
Think he's
Dude,
gonna
there's
get
a line
injured?
for JJ McCarthy, 300 to 1.
There's a line Jaden Daniels, which is like 125 or 150 to 1.
I love Jaden
Wow.
Daniels.
Which I also love Jaden Daniels. If I had to pick a QB, if I was in my Dynasty League 1-1 and I had to pick a QB like number 1 overall in like Dynasty Fantasy Football, call me crazy. I think I'm going Jaden Daniels.
I would definitely take Jaden. I've been on the Jaden Daniels train for like the last 2 months. When I still had my dynasty picks, I was all in on Jaden Daniels.
But I just don't need a quarterback in our Dynasty League because I'm stacked.
You always
Yeah, I mean, you do.
think of the
But like,
trade value.
I just don't have
Think of the
receivers.
trade.
I literally don't have receivers or running backs. And I have Kyler, Mahomes, and Jordan Love.
Best player available. That's how the Packers got Rodgers.
BPA. BPA. That's how we got Love too, baby. Let him cook.
What do you have Herbert MVP 12 to 1 at? I have Love at 14 to 1 on FanDuel.
It's DraftKings.
Oh. Well, Love's 14 to 1 on FanDuel.
Well, I'm banned. Forever.
You banned yourself forever from FanDuel?
Yeah, they won't let me back. DraftKings let me back.
That's funny.
Yep.
So if it's not Herbert for me, I like Deshaun.
That's
Deshaun Watson?
Yeah, Massage Watson.
That's
Hefe's been getting
That's
a
crazier
little
than
too many
Anthony
happy enders. It's going to his head.
The Browns are a good team. I mean, Amari Cooper's pretty old now, but the Browns are a good team.
Doesn't matter. Amari's due for one 250 plus receiving yard game every year. He really is.
Well, I mean, they had you fooled that Flacco was. Well, I mean, he did win comeback player of the year, but for what those last five weeks there,
He looked like a young prime Flacco.
Also, before we get into the next award, did you guys see the odds that came out on Justin Fields, like where he's gonna land? He's plus
No.
money to go back to the
Pittsburgh.
Bears, and he's minus
Pittsburgh.
like 200 to go to the Steelers. So Vegas is basically saying he's going to the Steelers.
That's crazy.
but who are they? The Steelers are going to trade for. The Bears aren't giving up the first rounder, right? I mean, they don't if they trade.
Well, if they're trading Fields, they're drafting Caleb.
If they're trading Fields, they're getting stuff from the Steelers.
They're probably taking Kenny Pickett as a nice little backup, and then their first rounder or something.
Kenny Pickett sucks. I've been
Did
off
you
that guy since he entered the league.
Did you see the odds for the Bears to win the Super Bowl?
No.
It's 40 to 1. They're
like that's
ahead of.
Isn't that
They're
high?
ahead of, like for the Bears,
Yeah, the Bears should be like 200 to 1.
the
Yeah.
Browns are. Okay, so this is who they're ahead of in terms of odds: the Browns, the Falcons, the Colts, the Saints, the Bucks, Raiders, Broncos. Like I don't
Bears
know. I
don't
feel
even
like-
have a line on DraftKings to win the Super Bowl.
They're
Yeah,
counting on Caleb Williams being the next CJ Stroud, I guess.
Packers are
When's
20 to
that?
1.
yeah. Packers are 25 on FanDuel. Chargers are 30 to 1.
I mean, the Packers are the 9th favorite, tied for the 8th favorite. Eagles, Cowboys have the same odds as the Packers on DraftKings.
Interesting.
Cowboys have
Niners are the
way
favorites to win it
lower
next
odds.
year
Yep.
with Brock
Got the
Purdy. Fraudy.
Best running back ever.
He's due for an injury. I don't want to be that guy, but he is due for an injury.
Who, Lamar?
Now McCaffrey.
I think he overcame that.
I don't know.
Grew
He has
out of
had
it.
2 healthy years, but I mean, at some point, he's just taking a beating every game. 30. He had 30 touches in the Super Bowl.
Should have given him 45, and they would have won.
Probably should have. Honestly. Probably should have.
What's the next award?
We could skip Offensive Player of the Year because I feel like that's kind of the same thing. We could do the Defensive Player of the Year, which is basically Defensive MVP.
Give me Will
TJ
Anderson.
Watt should have won it this year.
Will Anderson. Wow. Offensive Rookie of the Year to Defensive Player of the Year. You got Watt, Josh?
TJ Watt should have won it this year.
The problem with the Watts is they can just never stay healthy either, bro. It's like, how am I going to pick on a guy that any game could just, like, immediately be done? And I think he's sat out, like, on average, like, 4 to 5 games a year since he's entered the league.
And he's still
Yeah.
like that high in like sacks and stuff every
Yeah,
year.
he's insane. He is insane. Yeah, and he should have
He
won
was
it this
higher
year.
than Miles Garrett in like all the important stats.
Did you see all that hate from Micah Parsons about TJ Watt?
Towards TJ? No.
Someone like asked him in an interview, and they're like, "Oh, do you think like TJ Watt got robbed?" And he's like, "Bro, you don't know football if you think TJ Watt got robbed." He's like, "I could name 5 guys in the league that I would have put over TJ Watt for Defensive Player of the Year." And he's like, "Look at the stats." And then like the stats are just completely in TJ Watt's favor in every category, like almost double.
Micah Parsons is a little kooky sometimes.
He's
He's a certified hater.
yeah, it was weird. But for some
I think
reason, he just doesn't like Watt. Just interesting.
I think if I'm not picking TJ Watt, I like Aiden Hutchinson. I like Max Crosby a lot. I think both of them could dominate next year.
Kyle Hamilton.
Safety?
He's a Charles
the last time-
Woodson-esque player.
When's the last time a safety won?
Probably Charles Woodson,
Probably.
corner/safety. I mean, Hamilton
Sauce.
plays that role where he plays everything. Sauce. Sauce did come to my mind. I got a nice Sauce auto sitting upstairs in my living room. Only 4 in existence.
Wow.
We back in the sport card game, boys.
I have to go pretty funny, right?
We could do comeback player of the year. What are we thinking on that?
I think you gotta take Rodgers. I mean, unless Rodgers gets injured again. Well, the Jets really don't have an offensive line.
The
So
Jets
if Rodgers-
the Jets paid Alan Lazard $12 million last year to not even be on the active roster.
Yeah. I mean, Rodgers kind of brought over a lot of dead
Bums.
weight.
Cut Lazard, cut Cobb, cut Mercedes Lewis, cut all these bums, and field
You
the
need
young
offensive
team that
line.
you had.
I didn't know you guys were such big Jets fans.
I'm not a Jets fan at all.
I just think Rodgers is going to win comeback player of the year if they have an offensive line.
Not just no ball, Hefe.
Give me Kirko Chains.
On what team though?
He played most of the year, though.
What team's
Did
he
he
gonna
win
be on?
comeback player of the year?
Don't matter.
He was out half the year. Don't matter what team he's on.
Nope.
Okay. What if he's a Niner?
He'll have an MVP type year.
He'll be Purdy. Literally just Purdy.
Exactly.
Except has potential to throw. I mean, Purdy has potential to throw for 300-400. Yeah, he's basically just Purdy.
He's older Purdy.
Coco. What other awards am I missing, boys? Any big ones?
Offensive player of the year.
A Walter Payton Man of the Year.
We could do Offensive Player of the Year. What do we got, boys?
I gotta think about it for a sec.
Nico.
That's a good one.
That's old.
Charles gonna have an MVP year.
Hot
Who's he
take:
gonna throw
Texans
to?
don't even make playoffs next year.
That's crazy.
It could, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. They might have a little regression. They were so hot.
They're so young.
They peaked too high this year.
They say the same thing for the Lions. Lions going to the Super Bowl next year.
This guy's just a closet Lions fan.
Can't root for a team that didn't go to the playoffs for 30 years.
It shows how big of a fan you are the more defensive you get about it.
That's the same thing I say every time.
You just love
Well, the
Lions,
logo
dude.
colors next year are blue and orange.
Dude, your girlfriend's getting you Lions gear for your birthday. You're trying to tell me you're not a Lions fan? She knows you better
That's
than anyone else, bro.
Does she?
I would hope so.
I don't know. I feel like I keep wanting to pick my fantasy players, but I feel like I shouldn't pick my fantasy players because I'm too biased.
This guy's so biased, bro. It's crazy.
Jake picks Kyler Murray for MVP. Just remember that.
Kyler's a dog, bro. People forget Kyler like 2 years ago.
Where do we
don't
think
know.
Mike
I
Evans
think-
going to end up?
Great question.
He'll be Patriots with no quarterback.
Chiefs.
That would be
Oh.
crazy.
That'd be the
I'll
perfect
pick
spot for him.
Garrett. I'll pick Garrett Wilson as my offensive player of the year. I'm going all in on the Jets. Are going to do good because I also have Rodgers in the comeback.
Hmm.
But I wanted to pick Jahmyr Gibbs, but I couldn't because I'm too biased.
Yeah, I like that
Mm.
because I'm a closet Lions fan.
Bijan Robinson.
He's going to get
New
utilized.
New coach might feed him.
Yeah.
I wonder if I could
Bijan.
scoop him.
Yeah, Bijan.
Arthur Smith is going to
Who's gonna be
use.
the Falcons? It would be super interesting to see who's the quarterback of the Falcons next year.
Jaden Daniels.
That'd be crazy. I think Jaden Daniels might end up getting taken at number 2.
That'd be interesting over Drake May.
I think there's a real possibility.
His stock is high, Jaden Daniels. I mean, May's stock is high too, though.
Yeah. This has got to be one of the best quarterback classes in a while.
Honestly, I think
like
this quarterback class reminds me of the
Andrew
Trevor
Luck
Lawrence quarterback class, where it was just flop city.
I agree.
You think they're all flopping? I think Caleb Williams. I don't get the hype on Caleb Williams.
I want to look up.
But
I know that draft
like-
class. What was that? 2020.
That was
Yeah.
like Sam Darnold and Zach Wilson and stuff, right?
I think so.
Justin Fields was in it.
Is Trevor Lawrence gonna be good next
Nah,
year? Or
2020
he
was
not gonna have a job.
amazing draft class, quarterback wise. 2021. Yeah, here it was. Yeah, it was Trevor Lawrence 1, Zach Wilson 2, Trey Lance 3, and then Justin Fields 11, Mac Jones 15.
Hey, that was Purdy's class too, though.
Mac Jones was rookie of the year.
Put some respect on his name. But this honestly reminds me of a draft class that's super overhyped quarterback wise, but the skill positions are crazy. That's why it reminds me of 2021 because listen to these skill players. I mean, the first one has not been great yet, but he will be. Kyle Pitts went 4.
How many years are you going to give this guy? He's gonna,
Bro, he's 22. He's been
on
in the
your
league
dynasty
3
roster,
years and he's
isn't he?
22. Yeah, he is. But just listen.
Yes.
Let me finish, boys. Kyle Pitts, Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle, Penei Sewell, J.C. Horn, Patrick Surtain, Devonta Smith, Micah Parsons. Like, it's Stack City, boys.
I feel like that's most drafts. I feel like most drafts there's like 6 or 7 really good guys.
It did fall off pretty hard after that. Because it went Rashawn Slater, Elijah Vera Tucker, Zaven Collins, Alex Leatherwood, Jalen Phillips, Jamin Davis, Kadarius Toney. Oof. And a bunch of people I don't even recognize. Najee Harris got in there.
Was that the Amon-Ra draft?
We took Eric Stokes, the pack. What round did he get drafted in?
I think
Third?
3. Yeah.
Josh Palmer went in the third. Diami Brown went in the third. Amari Rogers went in the third. Nico Collins went in the third. That's a steal. Anthony Schwartz. No Amon-Ra.
Maybe
fifth?
Unless he was not a third rounder. Oh, he was a fourth rounder. Amon-Ra.
Yeah.
Dude, we took Amari Rogers over Amon-Ra and Nico Collins.
yeah, that's great.
Amari Rogers, if I was a rich man, Amari Rogers would have lost me like 3 flat screens. That guy was so brutal.
Well, your Bo Melton and Dontavian Wicks look
The
solid.
Packers have
Everyone.
5 super solid receivers.
I didn't realize Bo Melton wasn't a rookie. Bo Melton's a second-year guy we actually stole from, I think, the Giants.
Practice squad.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But he was a dog at Rutgers. But yeah, Wicks, Reed, and Dontavian. Well, Dontavian Wicks, Jaden Reed. Who's the other rookie I'm missing? Malik Heath was a rookie. There's one more, though. Oh, no. It was him. And then the 2 second years. Watson and Dobbs. Okay, so I got them all. Yeah, I mean, going wide receiver core will be interesting. I think we're going to get
What
Aaron
about
Jones
this year?
back. Sounds like Dylan's gone.
Good. Dylan's useless.
He's a goal line back.
He's a morale guy.
He's not even really a goal line back. Aaron Jones could push the pile just as well as AJ Dillon could. AJ Dillon barely
I
exists.
think I'd rather
Well,
have
then
Jones get
AJ
goal line.
Dillon Aaron Jones kept losing me money because AJ Dillon was fucking hawking his touchdowns.
That's because Aaron Jones was hurt constantly. Aaron Jones is old. It's hard. The Packers really need a running back because this draft has no running backs other than like maybe 1 or 2.
Running backs
That's
are
a rough-
irrelevant, bruh. You could pick me up off the street, throw me in at running back, and I'll rush for 800 if I get the carries. Like, let's be honest here, boys. Running back's an irrelevant position, basically, unless you're
I
2
mean,
guys. Unless you're Christian
It's
McCaffrey
irrelevant.
or, like, Derrick Henry.
It's
Who got
irrelevant
back
in terms of like longevity and getting paid, but running back's still like super important. Especially,
Dude, you
like,
could get a
pass
new
catching
guy in
running
there
back.
next year that'll run for 1,000 if he gets the carries. You could
Did you
find
see the
20 of
difference
those guys that
between-
didn't even get drafted.
Do you see the difference between Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon when they were playing?
Dylan was like a 3rd rounder.
He was terrible.
Yeah, we don't need to draft running back. That's what I'm saying. Could find a guy undrafted that's probably better.
We need to draft someone.
You should get Eckler.
I'm fine with Eckler, honestly. Get him in on pass downs. Except he's like,
Okay.
he runs in slow motion. That could be a problem.
Eckler
Yeah,
needs
I
to
don't
pay
know.
the Packers to play on that team.
Never mind. I take that back. I don't want Eckler.
I definitely don't want.
I don't want him, but I think the Hefe signed jersey's getting to my head with Eckler. I'm like, maybe if we get Eckler, he'll send me a jersey as part owner of the squad. All right,
I still have to get that thing framed.
should we do some Super Bowl predictions, boys?
Let's
Blue
do
and
it.
orange. Lions,
The
Bengals.
Colors got defeated this year, didn't they?
Yeah, it's but Taylor Swift had an album where she's wearing purple, so that's what it was.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. You
Dude, she made the
have
NFL so much money.
She really did.
Who has orange on their jerseys other than the Bengals?
Browns,
the Browns.
Broncos, Bears.
Lions, Browns. Lions, Browns.
The Browns are good.
Chargers, Bears.
right, I think I got my Super Bowl, boys.
Say it, because I'm still thinking.
Bills, Packers.
You ride the Bills so hard.
That's Josh Allen.
You're a
baby.
closet Bills fan, bro.
I think I might be, honestly. I am a Bills rider just for no reason. I don't even understand why.
It's because you like Josh Allen. That's got to be it.
But I have no reason to like Josh Allen.
I know.
He's
It's
fun
weird.
to watch.
He is fun to
say that
watch.
all the time. He's fun to watch.
And he's in the AFC. Like, we play him once every 4 years. Like, I never have to deal with Josh Allen in my life unless it's going to be in the Super Bowl. Yeah, there it is, boys. It's done is
He's a
done.
closet Bills fan. Just admitted it.
That's fine.
You ready, Jeff?
But if the Packers and Bills met in the Super Bowl, I'd want to beat them 200-0 and have like 3 casualties on the field.
Casualty is a nice way to put it.
We're getting better on this pod. Trying to get some sponsors, boys. We're almost up to the big 30 subs.
I'm going to say Packers, but I feel like I shouldn't pick the Packers because I'm so biased. But I'm going to pick them anyways.
There's just no team I like in the NFC. Like, the only teams I can see getting there are, like, the Niners again. Packers/Lions could get there. And then who could get there out of the South? Nobody. Unless the Falcons, Jaden Daniels, like, a god. And then who could get there out of the East? Only the Cowboys, probably.
Probably.
And the Cowboys can't win a playoff
Eagles.
game. Yeah, Eagles can't.
Eagles could. They were pretty good, and then they fell apart. It'll be interesting to see what they do this.
They were
coming
so
season.
bad, bro. I was saying they
It'll be
were
interesting
frauds
to-
all year. Same with the Ravens.
AFC's got so many teams that are good and could definitely make it, but then it's just Patrick Mahomes.
See,
is in the
that's
AFC.
that's the thing about the NFC and AFC. NFC, I could see like 4 to 5 teams making it. AFC, I could legitimately pull 10 teams that could make
But
it.
then it's Patrick Mahomes. At the end of the day, it's gonna be
So
Patrick
yeah,
Mahomes.
but listen to these AFC teams that could make it: Bills, Dolphins, Jets, Ravens, Bengals.
Browns,
Browns are pushing it. Texans.
Texans.
Jags are kind of pushing it too. Chiefs, Chargers. 8 legitimate Super Bowl teams in my mind, and 2 teams that are kind of pushing it. If Trevor Lawrence gets hot again, or if Deshaun Watson's good.
I think the Bengals.
Argue
I'll take
10.
the Bengals. I'll say Packers Bengals. I think Bengals have a nice bounce back this year.
No T, or do they pay T?
I heard they were
I
going to tag him.
I heard that too.
think no T. No T, and they're gonna draft a young buck.
Romo Duns
Oh, Doonesy.
to the.
Do you guys like him? I don't know if I like him
I
that
like
much.
him. I like Odunze a lot. He's
Hmm.
probably my like 3rd or 4th favorite receiver.
I think he's everyone's 3. Like, consensus of NFL draft boards, he's like the 3.
What? Marv neighbors him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Yeah,
I like him
like
that
Keon
much.
Coleman. I think Keon Coleman.
I like Coleman more than Adunze.
I think Coleman is obviously more explosive, but Odunze is like just more consistent, I think. I don't know. I think I'll take Odunze over Coleman, but I do like Keon. I gotta wait and see what Steve Smith says about all these guys, and then I'll form my opinion.
Steve Smith.
This guy, this guy's like building his dynasty wide receiver core based on Steve Smith's knowledge.
You can't go wrong. What Steve Smith knows all. He has a crystal ball.
And then you traded for Jerry Jeudy.
Yeah, but I
Steve
gave up
Smith's
a-
number 1 op.
Yeah, but I gave up nothing for him.
So it's true.
I got a free Jerry Jeudy, basically.
What did I give you for Jerry Jeudy, or what did I get?
I gave you Adam Thielen.
Ah, yeah. Adam
I mean, that
Thielen's
worked
on.
out
I
this
traded
year.
Adam Thielen.
Well, I gave him Adam Thielen when Adam Thielen was really good, and then Adam Thielen disappeared.
Well,
How
Bryce
old-
Young, comeback player of the year.
Who?
Bryce Young.
Bryce Young.
I like that.
They get another receiver to help him out.
Did
or
I ever
what?
pick? Did I pick comeback player of the year or no?
I don't know if you did.
Danny Dimes. I kind of mentioned it. I don't think I ever officially locked it in.
Danny Dimes.
Didn't you mention Danny for MVP too or something?
Very long shot. He wasn't my MVP pick, but a very long shot sprinkle.
Saquon's not going to be in the Giants, is he?
No. They're not going to tag him 2 years in a row. No balls.
Saquon's going to be a Charger.
I'd rather have Saquon than Eckler.
Well, Saquon's just a younger Eckler.
Well, obviously. I think everyone would rather have Saquon than Eckler.
Yeah, but you're going to have to pay Saquon way more.
Mm-hmm.
Saquon's
Well,
gonna,
the Chargers
you're gonna
can't
have to
pay
give
anyone
Saquon-
right now.
Neither can the
You're going to have to
Packers.
give Saquon like $13 million.
Packers have zero monies to our name. I think they're coming out of my bank account to possibly pay a free agent if we want one. And I'm going to be honest with you boys. I'm not sure we can get anyone.
You're hiring someone from the grocery store.
We got to find Kurt Warner, bruh. to come play wide, to come play running back.
Packers only need a kicker. Kickers are cheap.
We're sticking with Anders.
It'll be a battle. But
He's going to have
probably win.
competition in the offseason, but he'll win it, and he's going to be our guy again. It sucks that happens his first year, too, because he's like, I think he's fine. He's a rookie. He'll be fine. But, like, for that to happen his rookie year, I feel like he's kind of scarred. Like, Packers fans hate him.
Or I'll figure it out. I mean, there's Crosby definitely had his terrible
He had that 1 year where he was, like, kicking 57%.
Yeah. I remember we went to the
stuck with
Lions
it.
game in person. And Crosby missed like 5 field goals that game. And it was ridiculous. We lost by like probably 10 or something, but it was so stupid.
I remember that as well. Good times, good times. Anything else you want to recap for next year, boys? Any like fun predictions? Anything you want draft wise? Worst team in the NFL? Oh, that's fun. We could do that.
I had the idea, but I didn't have a team ready.
The Patriots.
Strong candidate.
They're gonna get a rookie QB though. I mean, they still definitely could be there.
I mean, the Panthers rookie QB, and then look what happened.
Fair enough. And they don't even get their number 1 pick.
Brutal.
I'm gonna go with the Commanders.
Is Sam Howell gonna be the quarterback?
It's looking like a high possibility.
They have the number 2 pick, don't they? And all the mocks have Drake May going there, which I don't understand because I feel like Howell didn't have.
Howell's got
off
stats.
player?
I think they could sneaky not take a quarterback there, even though all the mocks are saying. I could see them trading back maybe. What is the draft order? I need to take a better look at this. I haven't looked in depth at it.
Chargers had the 5th pick.
Who are they taking?
I'm seeing a lot of
Wideout?
Bowers. I'm seeing a
Ooh,
lot of Brock Bowers.
I've seen a lot of that too, actually. Yeah,
Hate that.
that's
There's
interesting.
There's a lot of Bowers hype.
Yeah, so it's Bears 1, Commanders 2, Patriots 3, Cardinals 4. I mean, MVP Kyler, bruh. Throwing to Marvin Harrison Jr. Hollywood Brown's a free agent, too. Which is probably a good thing, honestly. Imagine he goes to a team with a quarterback. Put him on one of those AFC teams with a young QB, bruh. And just let Hollywood Brown catch a couple 80-yarders.
Hollywood that good?
He
I feel like
used
he's
to be
like
pretty
the
solid.
26th best receiver in the NFL.
I mean, yeah, probably lower, honestly. He's probably like 40. I feel like I could definitely name 26 receivers better than Hollywood Brown.
I think the Raiders will be the worst team in the league next year.
The Raiders?
With the coach, bro, Tay? You're going to do our boy dirty like that? Tay listens to
How old
the
is
pod, bro.
Max
Yeah.
Crosby, bruh.
I feel bad, but That's my pick.
Then sorry, Tay. I
I
would
want
never
him to
do
be
that to you.
32 during the season next year.
Josh just loves creating enemies within the Packers community. He was trying to throw our
Is
season
that
like 6 weeks into the season. He's trying to throw in the towel. Did you guys ever watch the show Friday Night Lights?
No.
I watched the movie.
Coach Taylor goes to like this brand new high school that opens up, and he's like competing against the team that he led to 2 state championships, and their team sucks. And the first game they're down like 56-0 at half, and like his whole team's hurt, and they're just like, there's no way they can play second half. So he throws in the towel, and the team just like hated him for it and didn't want to play for him because he gave up on him. He quit on him. That's what Josh did to the Packers, like week 6. Quit on him.
Absolutely. And I'll do it again, too.
What's
If I
wrong
see
with
the
you?
writing on the wall, I will tank for
That's
a
why.
better
That's why
draft.
you don't have one of these bad boys, Josh. That's why you don't have one of these bad boys.
Oof.
That's why I'm not in the Packers management.
Hold out the coin.
I had that just ready to go.
Hold out the coin on them.
It's crazy. I would never. I'm a stand. I'm always a believer.
Are you the type of Packers manager that sacrifices a win at the end of the season to not have the top pick?
Well, let's be very clear here. I'm not a manager. I'm an owner. Boy.
Well, Packers. Yeah. Okay. Sure. But the same question, the way you said it.
What was the question?
Are you taking the win or are you taking the top pick?
Win.
Last game of the year.
Pride.
If you win,
Morale.
so you go for the win instead of the top pick.
Who are we playing?
You're making the question too complicated.
I'm not throwing in the towel. I'm not quitting on my squad.
That's crazy.
If we're fighting for the number 1 pick, I'm fighting for my job. I'm not
As an
trying to get
owner?
replaced as an owner.
That makes sense, I guess. I didn't even think about getting replaced as an owner. As a
Yeah,
possibility.
I mean, they're trying to hire a new CEO right now, and no one said a word to me. I'm not even involved in the process. I feel a little slap in the face, I'm not going to lie.
You should have a talk with someone about that.
Mark Murphy was just as stunned as me. He texted me, he's like, Crone man, have you gotten wind of this? And I was like, no, like, I'm not involved. I saw Schefter tweet it out 5 minutes ago. And then he just sent me back a sad face. Classic Murphy, bruh.
He's a big emoji guy.
Mm-hmm. He's not even a big emoji guy. He's a big, like, send winky faces with, like, the semicolon guy. Just out of
Makes his
context
own
winky
emoji.
faces. It made me feel really uncomfortable at first, but I've just accepted it.
Are you accusing Mark Murphy of anything?
Definitely not. We go way back.
Got it.
UD Mercy won by 15 tonight. Who was the O in 2016?
Lock.
Vegas knows.
We still live?
Except they didn't know about the Chiefs. Yeah, we are still alive.
I was rigged, bro. I fucking hate the Chiefs.
Then we cooked a 45-minute pod, boys. That's way more than I thought we were going to get out of one game.
Well, we're really just talking next season.
Yeah, that's true. Should we wrap it up? We'll hit a pod maybe before the NFL draft kicks off. We can do a little mock. We could all do a mock draft and come in with our picks and
We should do a mock draft of like the top 10 picks, and then the person that did the worst out of that top 10 has to do punishment.
yeah, we should do. I'm down for that. Or we could do just the entire first round and then like getting the
That's
pick,
so hard.
each pick right is a point, and then whoever has the most points gets like a prize reward. Whoever has the least has to do punishment.
Yeah, just don't include trades. Just do like only players, no teams.
Oh, like players picked in. I was gonna do the opposite. I was gonna be players 2 teams.
That's
But
impossible.
you gotta do
because
picks.
there's-
Yeah, you gotta do picks.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the picks.
We're going to the draft, right?
Yes.
We'll be there live interviewing all the players.
I actually KJ sent me this link thing to like be behind the scenes at the draft as like a volunteer, and I'd be like in the room with the players. But
That's
I don't
dope.
even know if I want to do that because I feel like I would just want to like hang out and drink and not like have
Watch
to
the
work.
draft.
Yeah. So I don't know if I'll end up doing it or not, or if they even reach out to me to do it. But I mean, I could definitely get some insider info and getting Caleb Williams' head, especially if he goes to the Bears.
Are you ready for the Packers to own you?
I mean, as part owner of the team, I think me showing up and being there would intimidate him more than anything. That's
Show him the
Make sure you
coin.
show him the coin.
like, why do you think he doesn't want to go to the Bears so bad? Grown man got in his head draft day. He was making calls, nervous.
All right.
All right, boys. Thank you guys for watching. Love you guys. Get us up to 30 subs. Come on, boys.
We're on our way.
What episode are we on? Almost episode 19. We're getting like a sub a video. Okay, that's not that bad. I mean,
That's all you can ask for.
I just want to get it up to 100 by the end of next year, and that'll be like prime NFL season. Like 3 months of pods for that to really help us climb. And that's when we grind the socials, boys. We grind the TikTokies, we grind the YouTube shorts, and we get this pod jumping. But thank you guys for watching. Love you guys. Peace out. I'll see you soon.